Hey you guys, Storm here with another top-down Unity RPG tutorial, and I'm sorry for the long wait, but I am finally back, and I should be back to stay. I've just been working on a few projects lately, and yeah, it's been taking my time, and I'm sorry. My time is now fully devoted to you guys. Okay, so to start off with, in this episode we're going to be doing some pretty basic stuff. We're going to be starting our dialogue system. So our dialogue system is going to have two factors to it. So we're going to have random dialogue. So for instance, if we want to walk up to, let's say there's a random villager walking around, we want him to give us random dialogue. And then there's going to be dialogue that ties in with our story. And our story will be coming in the next few episodes, is when we're going to start implementing a story, and also a menu, and we're going to have skills and unlockables, and we're going to start doing more of that gameplay features. But for now, we're getting the basis gameplay up and running. So we're going to start by doing a dialogue. Now, of course, we're going to use the Unity dialogue, Unity GUI, and yeah. So if you go to Photoshop or GIMP or Paint.net or whatever you have, we're going to create a new 12 by 12 document, and this is going to be the background for our dialogue. So I'm going to create a new layer, and what we're going to do is we're going to get a pencil tool. We're going to set the pixel size to 1, set it to 1, and we're going to make sure it is set to fully black. Now we're going to make sure opacity up here is set to full, and then we're going to draw something like this. Sorry, my computer's acting a little slow today. And then we're going to remove this background layer, and we're going to switch these two by just pressing that button there. We're going to come up here, we're going to select our paint bucket tool, and we're going to paste in the inside of that. So basically, what this will do is when we want a GUI, we're going to set this as our background, and so you'll see what happens, but we're going to have a bordered black GUI with the white in the middle, which will have our text in there for our dialogue. Okay, so we're going to save this in our project folder. So we go to Unity 2D RPG, Game Assets, Resources, GUI, and I'm just going to call this Dialogue Background. Okay, so say that. We come into Unity, and now we go to our Resources, GUI, Resources, and you'll see we have it here. We're going to change from our texture type from sprite to GUI, from bilinear to point, from compressed to true color, and then press apply. There you go, that's our background right there. And on our main GUI skin, we're going to come into custom styles. We're going to make it 2. So currently the size is 1. We're going to make the size 2. We're going to change shop to dialogue and normal. We want to change the text color to be black. Hover, and text color, active, text color is all going to be black. Our font will set soon, so we're going to set our dialogue background here, and that'll be fine. Yep, we want our, that should be fine. Okay, we'll come back and we'll set up our fonts in a later episode. For now, this will just be testing. So if we go to our code and then our HUD, which we should probably change this to GUI. Anyways, I'm going to create a new C# script, and this is going to be called Dialogue Controller. Now, yeah, that'll be for me implement our story. So we're just going to have this currently. This is going to have a few things, and we'll come back to this in a later episode. This is just us setting it up. So we're going to have a public up here, we want to have a list. So we're going to have to import our using system.collections.generic, and I'm just going to zoom in for you guys. So systems.collection.generic, and we're just going to have a public list of string transforms, and this will be our story transforms equals new list of transforms, and we'll come back to this in a later episode. Yep, but for now we're going to drag our basic AI, so prefabs villagers basic villager, and inside our basic villager we want to have a game object create empty. We're going to drag that inside, and in here we're going to call this dialog controller, set it to 0, 0, 0. We're going to add a component, and it's going to be a circle collider 2D. We want its radius to be probably 3. Yep, 3. We want to change from is trigger to true. So up here we're going to press apply, and in here we're going to go back to our HUD, and we're going to do create C# script random dialog. Okay, so let's open that up. TikTok. I'll be back when this is done. Okay, I am back, so I'm just going to remove these, press enter, and now we're going to have in here a system.serializable. So we're going to make a new class, and we're going to call it dialog. Okay, now this dialog is just going to have string dialog. Okay. Sorry, public string dialog, lowercase d. So what do we need next? We're going to need a void on trigger enter 2D, 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Alright, so here we want a collider 2D. I'm just going to call it COL. And we're going to do one more void on trigger exit 2D collider 2D call. Okay. Up here we're going to have a public bool showing message, showing dialog. Okay. And we're going to have a public string dialog message, and then up here we also need a list, so using system.collections.generic, and we're going to have a public list of dialog equals new list of dialog. Okay. Dialog messages. Alright. First we're going to do if col COL, I'm just going to refer to it as COL dot get component, I'm going to say player does not equal null. Then we want to also up here and add showing dialog equals false. We'll also copy this here. I'm going to change this to true. Actually, we can just, yeah, true. Now we can remove that. We'll just do showing dialog equals false. sorry, 1 equal sign. In here, what we're going to do is we're going to do random is equal to new random dot random equals int random is equal to random dot range between 0 and dialog messages dot count. And okay, we might dialog messages dot count take 1, and in here we're going to do dialog message is equal to dialog messages random dot dialog, and then we're going to do showing dialog equals true. Okay, great. Up here we're going to have a actually we can convert these to private because we don't need to see that, and we're also going to have public GUI skin. So we're going to have a void on GUI, and we're going to set our GUI.skin is equal to skin. We'll just use skin with the 2 ends just to make sure. And then here we're going to do if showing dialog. Then we do that, and we're just going to also copy this up here, and we're going to do actually public void generate dialog. We're going to copy this code here, and we're going to paste it in here, and here we're going to do generate dialog. This is because if we press enter, we want to show the next message, yeah, and it's always going to show random messages. So if showing dialog, we're going to do if input dot get key down, and we're going to do key code dot return. Then we generate dialog, and that's going to generate a dialog for us, as you can see. The next thing we want to do is we want to do GUI.box, a new rect, and it's going to be from 10, that'll be from left, and then we'll do screen.height take, and I'm assuming we want to be 100 pixels, 130 pixels, because we have 120 pixels in height. And then we're going to want it to be screen.width take 20, because we want to have 10 pixels either side, and we're going to want it to be 120 in height. Next we want it to be dialog message, and then finally we want it to be the style, which we'll do that part right now. So if you remember back on our resources GUI, we have our main GUI skin, we called it dialog. So if we just copy that, we come into here, paste that there. Okay, next we want to go to our dialog controller here, we want to go into our HUD, and we want to drag random dialog on there. Sorry, we have to make this one public. Okay, next we want to go to our GUI and drag our main GUI skin there, and this guy we want to have 10 messages as the default, so we're going to have hello there. We're going to have this one as nice day today, isn't it? We're going to say this town is brilliant. I'm enjoying this weather. The people here are great. Ooh. I recently bought a new house. You can make these whatever you want. These are just going to be basic, and I'll show you how we can add extra chat messages after. Let's see. What else can we do? The new shop. The shops here are great. The parks here are great. The grass is great. I had a nice sleep last night. Okay, now we're going to apply that because we can. Now we press delete. Now theoretically, if we press play, and you see he's a basic villager, we're going to have to fix that in a second. But yeah, you see he enters the thing. We come over to this guy. I'm enjoying the weather. Press enter. This town is brilliant. Enter, enter, and all that. Okay, in Photoshop, we're just going to fix this up quickly. I thought this might have been an error. So if we do that and that there, as so, and we get our white brush again, and we just remove those like that. Now we save that as dialog background. Press yes, okay, and now we press play. I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, sorry about that, I'm back. If you can just undo this back to what we had, and I'll show you how we fix what we had before. I'm sorry, I haven't really encountered that before, as I'm not really someone that works with GUI all that often. So if we go to main GUI skin, and in here, I was looking at the differences between these, and I found that the border, margin, and padding are all different. Okay, so for your border, you need to set them all to 6. For your margin, you need to set them all to 4. And for your padding, you need to set them all to 4. And your text clipping to 1. Alright, so we click play. We come over, and it says the people here are great. We're going to go for a walk. People are great. Yeah, we do our rounds. I recently bought a new house. Nice day today, isn't it? Come back over here. The people here are great. Go for a walk. Come down. This town is brilliant. The parks here are great. Go for more of a walk. The people here are great. Yeah, things like that. The people here are great. And then, of course, you can press enter. And enter skips along through all of our messages. Alright, so let's just fix this by changing GUI. The GUI needs to be GUI.depth is equal to 0, I believe. Actually, yeah, we'll try 0. Click play. Come up over here. Yep, hello there. And you see it draws above everything else. So you see this nice day today, isn't it? Continue on. Get rid of those people. Come over here. The shops here are great. Parks here are great. This town is brilliant. I'm enjoying this weather. The parks here are great. Nice day today, isn't it? People here, blah blah blah. And yeah, so that's how you can do that. Now, for a design point of view, what I think I'm going to do is, rather than having our text in the upper left, I'm going to change it to middle center. So we click play, and the grass is great. It's just going to be our, yeah, that's just design. It's not needed. Anyways, so yeah, you can skip along, and that's all great. Now, yeah, so I've installed, it's been I don't even know what episode we're up to. Should probably have a look at that, shouldn't we? I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that has been episode 19 of our Unity top-down 2D RPG tutorial. I've been Storm, and I hope to see you guys next time. One quick thing is we recently hit 200 subscribers, and that number is growing each day. Considerable amount, that's 4 or 5 subscribers a day recently, and I'm getting about 400 views a day, which is incredibly surprising. We hit 10,000 views probably a week ago, I'd say. Let's have a look. This was 2 weeks ago, so yeah, I'd say about a week ago. And we hit 200 subscribers. I'm gonna have a video dedicated to the 200 subscribers soon, and we're nearing that 300 mark, so I might just wait to 300. However, for the current time, before I do something about that, I would like to thank you guys so much for all the support you've given me, and the people that are continuing watching these and joining in and helping people in the comment section is really, really great to see, and I just want to thank you all for helping me and encouraging me to do more of these, as it is great, and I hope my knowledge is helping you guys with your own games and at least teaching you a little bit here and there. Like, I'm shocked I even got nearly 4,000 views on this video. Like, I'm just an average guy who's teaching people how to make a top-down game, you know? Nonetheless, I would like to thank you all, and I will have a update video out very soon for this, and also, I don't know how long it is, but I will also have a update video in the next 15 days regarding the Ludum Dare, as I will be participating in that, and I will be having a stream for the entire 48 hours of the competition. Okay guys, I've been Storm, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, you guys are awesome, and next time we'll probably work on the inventory, crafting, and seeing our inventory. Thank you everyone, I'll see you next time.